Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Before we get started today, I wanted to just go over a couple of housekeeping items. The first one is I wanted to apologize for the sound issues in the last few videos. I didn't realize that they were there until I had watched back, I think it was Case 4 Part 5, and by that point I had already recorded up to the end of the last case, and I was like, oh, that really sucks. Unfortunately, you know, what's done is done, but basically what had happened was I was trying to get the game audio to be softer than my voice, and I ended up making two changes at once, which you never want to do. You want to just test one thing out at a time. I had turned down the game volume, and I had turned up my microphone, but I had turned my microphone past like 100% volume, which basically was clipping my voice and stuff. So I didn't realize it until I'd seen those videos, because that's when I got really loud and stuff, compared to when I was initially testing it. But thankfully it should be fixed now. I made sure to test it with some yelling just to see how it would, you know, be captured, and I think the 100% volume works pretty well, so I'm going to keep it at that. Hopefully there won't be any more issues from this point forward, but I just wanted to apologize for that. The second thing I wanted to talk about is this next case, because this is going to be a little bit of an unusual case in that it's not really a part of the original game. For one thing, it doesn't have the word turnabout in it, which is probably the first clue that something is up. This case was added in after all three of the Ace Attorney trilogy games were released, which kind of makes it a little strange in terms of maybe what's involved with it, which you'll see here is going to be a fairly lengthy one. But also, it kind of has to fill in some gaps in terms of the story between Game 1 and Game 2. And yes, there is continuity between games here in a lot of ways. But without, you know, adding too much to the lore to contradict what comes after it. I had to fit the word contradict in there somewhere, right? One thing that this case does do is that it makes some references to the next game after the Ace Attorney trilogy, which is Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. And I have not seen or played that game, so I'm not really going to be up on all the different Easter eggs that are here. But one thing you will notice is that the presentation and the different things you can do here are a little bit different than what we're used to. Not drastically so, but for example, in this opening sequence we're about to watch, you'll see full motion video instead of like the still screenshots that we're used to seeing in cutscenes. So just wanted to give you all a heads up. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with Rise from the Ashes. Someone with a knife? Two someones with knives. Intriguing. Okay, that was kind of cryptic. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m., Wright Company offices. That is almost 2 months after the previous case. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are! Finally! Where have you been? Oh, hello there. My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? Coffee boy? What? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. Or who committed the murder. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. Well, thanks. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you're Phoenix Wright, right? Right. The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please! I'm out of time! But, please, you have to help. It's my sister. Aww. Phoenix is reminded of Maya and Mia. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. She's definitely a little bit taller than Maya. My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Alright, well let's find out more. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Okay, so she's younger than Maya is. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. Wow. Is that like a real thing, or is that what she's hoping to do? My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less. Oh, okay, so she's done some stuff. This isn't just like a dream or something. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less. Okay, maybe it is kind of a hope and dream then. Great, another future professional in training. So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah, sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. So what does she define as scientific? I'm kind of curious. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, well that's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Well, before we do that, let's find out about what the case involves. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. A witness, huh? That's not sounding very good. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How would she know Mia? Good question. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Uh-oh, the music stopped. Well, Actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, let's look around here, see what's going on at the hotel. Looks like it's cleaning day again at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a second branch outside the city. Egads, the bellboy was staring right at me. Probably wondering if there's any new murders going on. Mia's plant, Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. Good for you, Phoenix. There's a poster of the Steel Samurai on the wall. Maya stuck it up here on the day that she left. I didn't have the heart to take it down. I do sometimes get strange looks from the clients, though. It still looks like the same non-Steel Samurai poster that was there before. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. Okay, yeah, I think we've read this before. Alright, what about here? Mia's desk. I sit here even less now that I've stopped taking cases. I'll have to at least dust it off once in a while. Probably a good idea. Alright, let's go to the detention center. Meet the sister here. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am. It's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year? Understood, ma'am. Whoa, what was that all about? Whoa. Hi, Alana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow, and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry, what exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana. Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Huh. Two sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Well, she's certainly very different from Mia. Let's ask her about everything. We'll just go down the list here. There's something you should know from the start, which is the suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. It's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? It's your subordinate's car trunk. Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were. Well, that's just great. So, who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Well, I hope it's not Gumshoe. Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Yeah, this is something that I'm surprised they did here. Because back in, I think it was the second case, Turnabout Sisters, Red White called the chief prosecutor on the phone to have the police arrest us when he was basically trying to frame us for Mia's murder before the last day of the case. And the sound blips that they used were the ones that they typically use for a male voice. So I think at the time they were intending for that person to be a man, and I think now they've kind of retconned that and taken advantage of the fact that we've never really seen basically Edgeworth's boss in the game. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! He was in law school. I was in my third year and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. It sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say, there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana! Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know! So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Aww. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here has ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed, after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes, but something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Yeah, certainly seems like it. let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. Yeah, there's definitely something up. Lana is being very cagey, for sure. Alright, we don't have what to do and any ideas here, so... okay, we only have our badge, as usual at the start of these things, so let's go to the parking lot. A new location we have not been to before. So this is the lot where it all happened? Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work! Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my coworkers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. It doesn't stop us from doing it. I'm trying to not stand out here too much here, see? Hey there! You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranches and then is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall! Marshall looks more like a sheriff to me. Marshall, sheriff, they're kind of similar. Looky here, Bambina. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a motherload of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Okay, that was really interesting. I wonder who that was. Was that, Hombre, a friend of yours? Kind of. Sort of. Yeah. He's a detective who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. This is a Phoenix Wright game. There's like tons of colorful characters who think they're something. Also, does he just come to work like that every day? Alright, well, let's take a look around here. See what we got going on. We can slide around as well. Apparently that's the car. Let's start by looking here first, though. This is where the cars leave the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose? Aha, the theory of relativity! What? I've got to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German? Or was he British? Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? I'm pretty sure he was German and his name was not Mr. Relativity. Let's see. Oh, we can look up here. Look, a stylish glass-walled room. Very nice. You can see the whole parking lot from in there. It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe? Huh? Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later. I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office. You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day. Too bad they don't have a test for common sense. Yeah, I think her observational skills could use a little more work if she's going to get into scientific work. Look, a door! This must mean something! I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open! A mysterious lock! I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Good idea. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait! What are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Wallet hastily stuffed into pocket. A foldable wallet found at the crime scene. There seems to be something inside. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examine the evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this. Okay, now, look at the court record. Alright, so this is where we get to learn about looking at stuff in 3 dimensions. So yeah, this is something new that they added to the DS version of the game with this case. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now, let's start examining from every angle. Alright, so we can rotate with the H, N, M, and B keys, which is pretty cool. Oh look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with a press of enter. Alright, we'll check it out with a press of enter. Clip. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189. I wonder why that's blurred out. That's a bit weird. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess. I don't see what science has to do with it. Well, I can see why, at the very least, observation would be the foundation of science, so at least it's a start. Goodman's ID added to the court record. An investigator's ID card found at prosecutor's office crime scene. ID number 5842189. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Yeah, sadly, this is only something that's available in this case. So, this is the only chance, at least in this trilogy, that we'll be using it. Alright, let's look around some more. We have a ladder. Aha! A ladder. That's a stepladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What is she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Yeah, she even heard our thoughts there. That's pretty suspicious. Alright, we have this wall here. This wall is in our way. It's got a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade, hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank. I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy. I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Sure. Okay, we can't look at that. Can't look at that. Alright, I think that's all we can see on this side. Let's go over here. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Gah! Scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, the little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, yeah? Please. No problem, partner. Got time for vittles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Prospector's office? What does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Does he mean the prosecutor's office? Note to self, look up Vittles Saloon Cerveza. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like. Just keep your paws off our claim. Right. Great. Great. Maybe there's some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Were you two all set? Us? Hi. What's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Hello, half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Oh well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. Cough-up, huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up, Queen. Tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. Alright, Angel. Let's talk to her about everything. Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny? Was yesterday's special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of iniquity. The evil ones? Prosecutors. They have no qualms at all about blackening the names of innocents. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors' convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Yeah, I'm kind of getting that impression. Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. That's definitely, pretty evident. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so... Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean the very moment you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears, and the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course, it's quite a feat, becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's trilobite lunch set. I do not want to try that. Never mind. You win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here in the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So, to scientifically analyze the data available to so far, you, Miss Starr, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Starr? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Ha! Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Miss Starr was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough-up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Yeah, I wonder. Let's go see what's going on at the High Prosecutor's office. Now that we're apparently done here, let me just make sure we can't look at anything else. Oh no, we can't even slide over to look at the car. So I think we're done here. Alright, let's go over there. I wonder who this room could belong to. I couldn't imagine who. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks? Thanks. Look! There's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What, that shield? It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Hi, Edgeworth. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course! I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once and... Right, her sister is the chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I... No. It was just Mr. Wright here, he... Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty, bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? Oh. Yeah, I guess that would be his car. They mentioned someone getting awarded a trophy. What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Alright, what can Edgeworth tell us about his car? So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir. Emma Sky. It's nice to meet you again. Now that didn't sound forced at all. Ah, now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit, it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait, what did you say? Lana Skye is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth? To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go as far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Skye? Yes, we worked together first on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago, I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Edgeworth's knife added to the court record. The murder weapon, usually in Edgeworth's toolbox. Traces of victim's blood, no prints. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? He's just glaring at us. Come on, can he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Alright, let's look around Edgeworth's office. This is the first time we've been in here. Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right. Never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. She's getting way too excited about this. Mr. Edgeworth has such a comfy sofa. Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap. I bet he pores over his case files here until the wee hours of the morning. Then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow. I don't believe it. She's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working. I bet in the morning he has sofa hair and little creases in his cheek from the seams. He's so cool. Sofa hair is cool? That's such a random thing to say. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Murals of prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So that K, that's... K stands for King? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. King of Prosecutors trophy added to the court record. Given to Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors, at the PD on the day of the murder. Apparently we can look at it again. So that's the King of Prosecutors shield, huh? Well done, Edgeworth. You must be proud to be the king of prosecutors. Congratulations, king of prosecutors! Please, stop saying that. It still doesn't explain one thing. Why is the tip of the shield broken off? That is a good question. I'm curious if we can look at all of these, find anything particularly useful. Doesn't look like the knife has anything particularly interesting on it. What about the thing here? I'm probably going to do this on everything just for fun. Ooh, check out the 3D shield. So there's like a list at the bottom. There's a big fist here holding up the shield. The giant K. Curious to know if we zoom in. Okay, that doesn't actually make any of the details come out more. Okay, interesting. Alright, let's look over here. My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before. We have heard that name somewhere before. And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy. Wendy? Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't. He'll sue you. Yeah, why did we just think of Detective Gumshoe there? Ooh, cute! What a pretty tea set! I go more for the instant tea bags myself. Amazing! The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend! What an exquisitely splendid concoction! There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. Whoa! What a view! It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. I guess you would feel important. Incidentally, were you to jump out this window, the time until impact with the ground would be... Got it! Approximately 3.23 seconds. That's handy to know. Whoa! These are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. No, he's not good with elevators. He must have had someone get them for him. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? You must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool! You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Yeah, maybe Detective Gumshoe comes in here and pulls the stuff for him. Hey, a chessboard! I'm not too up in my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. Hopefully so. Alright, I think that's all we can see here, so let's go ahead and leave. I don't think we can look at anything else. So let's go back to the parking lot. If we can even do anything in the parking lot. Actually, let's go to the detention center. Oh, Lana's gone, okay. Okay, I'm not exactly sure where we should be going now. Can we talk to her about anything else? Nope. Okay. Curious to see what happens when we show her the trophy You'll probably be disgusted by it. Nope, okay. Okay. Not really sure what else there is to do there. I'm just gonna make sure there's nothing else. Can we do anything with this? So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why is that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes. Right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works. Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Alright, can we talk to him more now? Or, yes, we can. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and one other thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. Okay, so 3 minutes before the murder. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Edgeworth's parking stop added to the court record. Okay. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate it if you'd direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Skye? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Skye, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but, sir! I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. But, sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Right. Yes, sir. Guy caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down at least. Alright. I guess we're going to the police department. Police department entrance. Alright, we haven't been outside the police department before. Hey, there's a stand-up version of that mascot thing that we saw before. Although I think it looked a little different in the previous iteration that we were noticing. Phew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only been to criminal affairs next door. Hmm? Hold on, what's that? Disturbing! Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger? Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why are you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Ah, the Detective Gumshoe theme song. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office, and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no! Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir! Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. Does that have to do with Edgeworth? So, what are you doing in here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing, really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe? What do you do this time? What do you mean, this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? That's a little suspicious. I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Is there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to be the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Alright. I don't know if we need to present anything here. Oh, we haven't looked at this yet. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Nope. Nothing back there. Let's go... Can we present this to him? Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Alright. Let's see if he knows anything about the victim, considering that he's another detective. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa! Now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim! That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Okay, let's talk about Bruce Goodman. So, this ID card belonged to the victim? He is a detective, like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Skye called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. That's definitely not good. I don't know if any of this other stuff is really all that useful here, so let's go to the parking lot again. Do we need to show you this, No, okay. I kinda don't want to try too many things out here, just because I don't want it to go through all those lines with her. Let's see. Is Edgeworth anything new? Oh, wait, no, he's gone. That's right, he didn't want to be bothered. Okay, well in that case, I'm not entirely certain what we're supposed to be doing. Did we present the knife to her? No, we didn't, okay. What about this? Ah! About this card. Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card. It's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady... Why? It's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Okay. Guess there's not really a whole lot else we can do with that. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do next. Let me just, verify here. Oh, we need to talk to Detective Gumshoe about one more thing. And he's not there. He's at the entrance. We need to present the knife to him. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car. Stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Skye to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Okay, here we go. He's in a tough spot. Again. Again? Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Yeah, that's kind of the impression I got when we were talking to him earlier. Alright, now can we do some new stuff? No? Okay. Let me see what we need to do next here. This case, I think, has a lot of these really finicky things where you have to present stuff to somebody to unlock some things. Let's see. Looks like we've gotten everything here. Yeah, we showed... Oh, okay, that's really random. Okay, apparently, in order to move forward, we have to examine the blue badger here. It's kind of a really random thing to require. I guess we haven't examined this environment yet. I just didn't think that there was anything really important here. I was wondering about that. What, the dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece! Do. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Blue Badger panel, a, quote, work of art designed by the chief of detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is... What's his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall? Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West L.A. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. You know, I'm still not sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction added to the court record. Received from Detective Gumshoe allows bearer to investigate the crime scene. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. You just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Alright, now we can finally do some stuff over here. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Ah, hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? How many boyfriends do you have? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who have lost their dreams. And me? I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. Did I accidentally skip dialogue there? Because Emma didn't get to ask something. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There's something I wanted to ask you. Let's see the... Okay, I guess I didn't skip anything there. Why was that the same thing? I guess we just present this to him? Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right into the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Oh, that old cowdog? He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. That's kind of a bit of a dig on Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me... Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Also hootenannies. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Wow, we just crumpled it. It's kind of funny. Can we talk to him about it? Okay, here we go. So we were just being locked out of those conversations until we showed that to him. Officer Marshall, can you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest. Fine piece of work. Here's the autopsy report. Goodman's autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood. One knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? So that's interesting. We don't actually know that it's 5:15 specifically. We just know that it was within an hour and a half of 4. Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot? So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. That is a little suspicious. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You call me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. I've lived in Texas. I don't think that's quite the case. Huh? I was one of them fancy-shoed detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by it, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. Yeah, that's really strange, considering that he's normally the one that they send out to these things. And he's an actual detective, and this guy, well, isn't. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? My cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, you don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Yeah, it's a little bizarre. But, at the very least, let's go ahead and examine the crime scene now that we can go over here. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Right. Let's check it out. Okay. Time for some... Oh, okay. Apparently, the game is just auto doing that. So now I can control it. We can use the rotatey stuff, and aha, what do we have here? Because you have to hold that down to push it up. This phone's still on the redial screen. I love how this was made in the age of flip phones. Although, I do think, I want to say flip phones are still popular in Japan to a certain degree. So, I think this has aged pretty well. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation. What do you mean by that, Emma? Whatever, let's check this phone out. Okay, I guess we just check the button. If I can get my mouse on there. Or cursor. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Hey, that sounds familiar. Hey, that song! I know that! Hey, what's going on over there? Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who'd she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of them newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh, I'm sorry, that was my phone. Whoa, what? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. Are you sure that Lana wasn't trying to call us all along? I hope you're not lying. They shoot you in Texas for that, partner. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone, property of Lana Sky. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. So 3 days after the time of death. Let's see. Oh, A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Also, we saw that giant A in the opening cutscene when we saw the woman that's presumably Lana wielding the knife. This rope, is it? Yup, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. 675-12-2? You're right, let's see. 67S-12-2. There's a name printed above on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note, added to the court record. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Okay, we can apparently look at this. B block is through here. That's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on juicy steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Yeah, maybe a little cannibalistic. Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Okay, don't really know if there's anything else that we can see, so... Yep, I think that's it. Unless this button... No, okay. Hang on a sec, I'm gonna show this note to Mr. Marshall. Alright, nope, nothing here. About the phone. Oop, I keep forgetting you have to press E. My sister's cell phone. Last time it was used was 5/18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night? Why did Lana make that call? Alright, nope. Alright, I think that's all we can do. Do we need to go to the detention center, I wonder? Nope. Wait, can we get to the police entrance from our... Okay, I guess not. Alright, does Gumshoe know anything about this? No. Nothing on that. Curious to know what that date 12/2 is all about. Alright, I'm gonna look to see what we need to do next here. Oh. Apparently we're supposed to talk to Marshall again. Did we not check that? I thought we checked that if we had options. Oh, apparently we didn't. Okay. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambino. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambino? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambino. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until we met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. I wonder who that is. One person? Who? I hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Skye. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. I don't think that's the way the saying goes. I think it involves smoke. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Oh, it was Emma's phone. So she was calling Emma? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone updated in the court record. Last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. A detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Yeah, this is going to be quite a doozy, isn't it? To be continued. Alright. We will save our progress, and next time we're going to go right into the trial. So I hope you're looking forward to it, and I'll see you then. So take care, and I'll catch you in the next video.